Hello everyone! My name is Brennan and welcome to the Prickly Pear YouTube channel. So today we're going to be using, I think, my favorite stamp set from Prickly Pear that I have. One of the sketched florals, the hydrangea one. I just love this. It's simple, but it's amazing because I love florals. So we're going to do this. We're going to pair it with some watercolor paper. We're going to do a little ink smishing, a little embossing. So let's just get into it because this is going to be a fun and messy video. If you don't like messy, just watch it and do it vicariously through me. It's that simple. Okay, so making this background, I was originally going to use Aquatini and Oh Boy from Catherine Pooler. And I do use both of these, but it's not going to go the way I expected. So Aquatini comes out great. It's a bluish green. I love how it came out. Then I go in with the Oh Boy, and I'm like, where is it? Where it at? It ain't on there. So I'm like, oh no. So I believe I pull out Cummerbund. I don't think I pulled out Cummerbund yet, though. No, that was still with Oh Boy, so I just tried that. I'm like, okay, let me get Cummerbund. I got Cummerbund. And I start to put that down, and I do it. I'm like, okay, yay, blue. But I'm like, this isn't blue enough. Because, like, Cummerbund is still technically like a blue-green. So it's not exactly what I want. So I'm like, how can I fix this? Then I'm like, you know what? I'm going to get out some Distress Stain. I forget exactly what color this is, but it's a deep blue. And then I'm like, oh, that's too deep of a blue. See, stuff don't always go the way you want it to in card making, and that is okay. So I pull out my little Prickly Pear, my little Prickly Pear rag that was a free gift at one point. I'm not sure if it still is. So I go back in with the Aquatini, and I'm like, okay, it's coming along. I'm like, you know what's going to fix this? Water. So I just coat the watercolor cardstock in water. Also, I'm using the flat side, not the side that has like the little teeth on it is what it's called. And now I'm really liking this. I spray a little more blue on there. The blue went all over my ink pad storage, but we'll ignore it. So here is the finished panel, and I'm just going to add a little bit of white splatter onto it to finalize how it looks. I love the white splatter. I just figured out how to do it with the supplies I already had, and I love it. So now I'm going to be using the hydrangea stamp, like I already said, and I'm going to grab some Versa Mark ink, and I'm going to ink it up, and then I am going to grab some gold embossing powder once I ink up the stamp. Just pressing it down there in my Misty. I'm going to do it twice just because I really honestly can't see where it's inked and where it's not. And you're going to notice after I did not get a perfect impression still, and that is okay because I'm just going to stamp it a second time after I emboss, and I'll explain that a little later. So I'm going to take some gold embossing powder. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to get out a coffee filter, and I'm going to put my card front over it, and I'm going to pour the gold embossing powder over the panel. I like to do it in halves, so I'm doing like the first half of the panel here. I'm going to tap it off, and then I'm going to flip it. Make sure your panel is entirely dry, okay? You use your heat gun, let it air dry, whatever. This needs to be perfectly dry or else embossing powder will stick everywhere. It's going to be a nightmare. Your card will be ruined, and you don't want that because then all your hard work goes away, and it was for nothing. There was a decent amount sticking even though it was completely dry, but in the end, I liked how it looked. So you may have also noticed I didn't get the most perfect impression first. So what I did is I kept my stamp in the Misty, then I just re-stamped it in Versamark ink again and re-poured embossing powder, and then it looks perfect. It also gives a more dimensionalized image, and I just really love how that looks. So I'm just gluing it onto the card front, and then I realized my card base is too small. So at the end, I just cut it off. I didn't show that, but here is our finished card. I really hope you like it. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you hit the subscribe, the like, make sure to go to the next video, comment, reply to other comments, do all that fun stuff. Bye everyone!